beauty is in the eyes of the American. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee.
Hello. We're gonna have some music so we can build up a little bit. So just get comfy, everybody.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved.
Hello, Torok. Welcome to the stream. I got some Wasteland 3 music right now so that we can get ready. I think we got 5 technically Halloween episodes going by the wiki. Hopefully the rest of your art stream went well, Torok. I was trying to set this up while you were doing your art, so I could hang out around. Hey, Fireball, welcome to the stream. From sea to shining sea. God, I love this game soundtrack so much. But I do have a special song I do want to play for somebody here. I have a special song I would like to dedicate to you guys for the upcoming Halloween episode. And it's going to be most likely in the reaction video, I hope. But ad. Yeah, I'm done with my fan art. Available on DeviantArt and Twitter. Shameless plug. Hey, it's alright. I asked, so that's the answer I expected. Right, I got one more song lined up. There we go. We got some Jonathan Young. This song is like, as soon as like this Halloween episode got announced, I'm like, okay, this is the song I gotta use, right? Because it's that damn good. So again, we got 5 episodes today, guys. 5 Halloween-themed episodes to rewatch. Oh, that's cool you're drawing more stuff, Torok. Thank you. This is Jonathan Young's version of What's New Scooby-Doo. I'm gonna let the song play out, then get ready. I watched one episode 20 times in a row. I can handle 5 different episodes. I know, but I think the thing with this is it's gonna be varying qualities, because I'm pulling up the playlist right now for us, and I'm about to switch, because view full playlist. We got an episode from season 2. Season 6, 7, 8, and 9? No. Trying to remember. One's from season 2. I think one's from season 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what it is. So earliest we got is season 2. Hang on, let me swap layouts for everybody. Actually, let me make sure I have the screen not showing. Okay. All right. Time to see the layout I cooked up literally not that long ago. What, ma'am? I got a creepy movie theater today. With me dressed up, with me drawn as Kiryu in the prom outfit I had to wear for prom. Bamo, I'm gonna grab a quick drink though. 1 second. Actually, wait, hang on. I can just do that. Poof! Oh no, it's spooky! It's gone! Ah! I have my beverage. You guys about ready to watch the first Halloween episode? Because it's going to be my favorite episode of season 2. It's going to be fun. Yee. Alrighty, folks. Let's get into the first Halloween episode. Ryu versus Scorpion. 3, 2, 1. A play. Shit. Ah, God, this episode brings back so many memories.
Two marquee warriors, arcade
I remember when this got announced, I got super hyped about it. Ryu vs. Scorpion is considered a Halloween episode? Yeah! So, the logic is that it released on Halloween, and it makes sense because it's normal people turned demons, technically. With evil Ryu, Scorpion gets powers from hell. So, it qualifies as a Halloween episode, apparently.
Endlessly walking the earth and improving his
And for those of you who don't know how rewatches work,
Ryu, the Japanese martial artist without a home.
Ryu was one of those characters from Street Fighter I didn't care too much for. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. I'm about to go into a rant in a little bit about, like, when I was doing research to get this playlist ready.
Alongside his best friend and rival, Ken Masters.
But Ryu was really cool, honestly, from this analysis. And they really had a lot of cool visuals to explain a lot of what Ryu could do. And I just learned how much outside media there was for Street Fighter.
And not killing people. Unlike the ways of his violent brother Akuma.
Akuma!
Who would prove to be his undoing.
Oh yeah, he can finger paint.
The finger paint joke.
Sure isn't your average McDojo style.
Did they ever bring that back in Akuma Shao Kahn?
So powerful, it launches his victim sky high. A Hadouken uses a fighter's willpower to fire a blast of energy and destroy evil things.
Gee, I wonder where he got that from.
Waterfalls.
And physics?
And finally, the Tatsumaki Zen.
Tatsumaki Senpukyaku.
I had it. Anyway,
Bill with
the thing
Japanese
that
names.
I totally know how to pronounce. Gives the
Yeah.
finger to gravity and lets him briefly fly around like some sort
Fighting
of human helicopter
game moves are
kicking
hilarious. Let's
He
be
also
real.
has a powerful step kick he calls the Judan Sokutageri.
The what?
Machine. Hey, we don't have
You
the
ask?
translation for that one. I'm on it. And diarrhea joke foot. What does it do?
Oh,
Makes
the
people
diarrhea
stomach
joke
so
book
hard that
bag.
He takes them to Brown Town.
With the correct
Let me double check though. I don't think
kanji, more
it
like
got back. Last time was Ryu
high-level
versus Jin.
light
Maybe.
You know it's diarrhea kick forever in my mind now, right?
I think I heard a story about how they recently found there was a different translation now.
He swept through 9 powerful combatants before taking on the champion, Sagat. After a hard-fought battle, Sagat was set to take the win.
Until he made the mistake of being a good sport.
Right.
After beating the shit out of Ryu, Sagat offered him a helping hand up.
Sagat?
Taking it,
That's like
Ryu
7
gave
feet
him a
tall, I
surprise
think.
punch so hard, it ripped his chest open and nearly killed the guy.
I forgot that was in the
Ryu.
episode. It's funny.
Dick move.
Ow.
This was Ryu's first taste of the dark power buried within him, the Satsui no Hado. Literally, the surge of murderous intent.
Yay
Still
for
not as good a
murdering
name as the
punching.
Diarrhea joke foot.
The Satsui no Hado gives Ryu incredible power.
So I think
but
this is why
at the
people
expense
consider
of
this
his
Halloween
humanity.
was because
He can
of
tap
evil
a portion of
Ryu,
his power to
who
safely enhance his
later
That
got to be its
desire
separate character called
to be
Kage?
so great he would even commit murder. The Satsui no Hado can overwhelm him, and he will lose control.
And I think Kage came out after Ryu versus Jin too.
Now we're talking.
Evil Ryu has enormous power, to the point of being almost
Enormous
unstoppable.
power and a
He can even
badass
blast a
design,
skyscraper to
honestly.
smithereens.
I need to see the Street Fighter movie. Well, cartoon
He can teleport
movie.
short distances, even passing through attacks along the way.
Wee.
More impressively, despite Goken never teaching him this, Evil Ryu can use the Ansatsuken's forbidden technique, the Shungoku Satsu.
Oh,
more commonly
yay.
known
Raging
as
Demon.
The Raging Demon.
Imagine any other martial arts character with that
With
move.
this, Evil Ryu
It's
turns his
scary
foes
as hell.
and sins against them and eradicates their soul.
Bye.
It was this exact attack which Akuma, a master of the Dark Hado, used to murder Ryu's master.
Yeah,
Since
poor
then, Akuma
Ryu's
has
master,
been haunting Ryu,
Goken.
tempting him to succumb and fully commit to the Dark Satsui no Hado as well. Basically, this is karate Star Wars.
Oh, you call everything Star Wars.
Well, some even speculate that Akuma is Ryu's father.
Mother of God. It is karate Star Wars.
Man, karate Star Wars.
Goken's
When is it?
teachings
Where do we get a
instill a
character with a
powerful belief
lightsaber in
in
Street
Ryu.
Fighter though?
If he can resist and shun this dark temptation, he can
That's what I
attain
wanna know.
even greater power.
By detaching himself from all emotion, he enters an alternate state of consciousness.
Like a Jedi.
This boosts his speed,
Yeah.
power, and can do all sorts of crazy shit to his abilities.
This is the power of nothingness.
Stupid
Which
name.
some people thought
The
they
power
literally
of
did nothing.
nothingness is more focused than the Dark Hado, allowing Ryu complete control over his mind.
I
and
forgot how
body.
good the music choice
Goken
was
even
too
once used
in
this
this
power to
episode.
separate himself from his soul in order to survive Akuma's raging demon. Surprise, Obi-Wan is still alive.
Gasp.
Ryu is skilled enough to take on numerous thugs at once, tough enough to survive being impaled, and strong enough to overpower the genetically created super warrior Seth. Oh,
Yeah.
and he's fast enough to dodge point-blank gunfire.
Yet as evil
Ryu is no
aura
one to
so
mess around with.
strong, he can
And it
just
looks like
walk through
Akuma
walls.
has the high ground.
That
He
means
did.
the Street Fighter poster boy
And then
doesn't
Ryu
mean
was
he's
like,
the
no.
top World warrior. He's lost a number of matches fair and square against the likes of M. Bison, Oro, and even his best friend Ken.
However, many of these losses may stem from his struggle to contain the power of the Dark Satsui no Hado, which is obviously quite difficult to do in the middle of battle.
But when Ryu unleashes
You two
his
cover
full
everyone with cool
potential,
analysis
stay the
music.
fuck out
You
of
ain't
his
wrong
way.
about that.
My name is Ryu, and the ultimate power has awakened within me.
Okay, Scorpion time. Add. Hang on. Alright, before we touch on Scorpion. Damn, Ryu's analysis was something, alright. I'll say that much. Oh boy. But now we're getting into the cooler guy of this episode. No, I am not biased towards Mortal Kombat. I don't know what you're talking about. It's time for Scorpion. Vengeance will be his.
From Earthrealm to Outworld.
So, Scorpion I knew way more about.
As the Ling Kuei.
Except the Shirai Ryu, a clan with some
That's good to
serious
know, Tara.
balls. Not only did they defect from the Lin Kuei, they mocked them on a daily basis by
Yeah,
wearing
honestly,
onion pallets
it was
while
interesting to
wearing
see
clothes.
Scorpion
They also
finally
like
get
to
in
pull classic pranks
because of like how
annoying phone
he
calls,
works.
TPing Lin Kuei homes, and constantly slaughtering their loved ones.
Yeah, Scorpion's very violent.
Got 'em.
From the Shirai Ryu came Hanzo Hazashi, the hellish
And then they
ninja
changed him
of
to
fate.
Kuai Liang.
But before
But more
he
on that
became the
later.
stuff of nightmares, he was once an ordinary young child. whose father just happened to be a deadly assassin.
Yeah.
In hopes of sparing him from a
Hanzo
violent life of
was
regret and
definitely
murder,
one of those
Hanzo's
characters you
father
feel
forbade him
bad
from
for
ever
at
joining the
times.
clan.
And
Son, you're not allowed to be awesome.
and yeah, as you see at the bottom of the
However,
background,
as
Ed
time
Boon
went on,
loves
Hanzo
Scorpion.
became desperate.
So much so,
He
he
needed a way
started
to
to
support
get
not
over
only
here and
himself,
Toasty
but
voices
also
for
his wife
Scorpion
and son.
originally for so
Faced
many
with few
years.
other options,
That's
he
dedication to a
luckily
character
disowned
you
his
make.
father and began the life of a ninja assassin.
As a ninja, Hanzo is exceptionally skilled in
I thought,
ninjutsu,
honestly, Fireball, you would like
Aikido,
Scorpion just based off his
and
fire
numerous
moves.
secret Chinese martial arts. But it's his weapon of choice that earned
And
him
obviously, the
name Scorpion.
kunai and rope.
While his kunai on a rope is iconic and deadly, I'm more partial to
And plus,
whatever
the
hell
Mortal
that
Kombat 9
snake
remix
creature
theme
is
in
that
this
lives his
in this
hand.
analysis
Well,
is
in
so
whatever
good.
form, it impales the opponent
Unlike the
and pulls
CGI
them close,
movie that was
usually
that.
for a sweet uppercut to the jaw.
This is similar to an ancient assassination weapon.
Now
used
this was
in
cool to
Tang
learn about, like
Dynasty
what
called
actually the rope dart
It's
was. I
extremely
don't even know if Ed
difficult to
Boon or
master,
NetherRealm
making
really knew what it was
Scorpion's
either.
finesse all the more impressive.
He's also proficient with several weapons like long swords.
Honestly, I'm
quick
baffled that it's
katanas,
almost
and
200
axes.
episodes and we don't have 2 of the color.
Scorpion's weaponry
palette
and
ninjas.
combat
Yeah,
prowess were
honestly.
put to the ultimate test by the legendary
You
Lin
thought they
Kuei
would do
warrior,
another one.
Bihan, aka
Speaking of one of the color palette
Sub-Zero.
ninjas, here's
Things
Sub-Zero.
didn't go so well for our yellow-clad ninja. Next thing he knew, Scorpion was waking up in the Netherrealm.
Welcome to hell.
Commonly known as hell.
Yep.
Bet you wish you listened to Dad now.
God, his
Then
design on
maybe you would've
MK9
ended
though,
up in a happier
really
place
good.
With your murdered wife and kid. Oh yeah, they're dead too.
Enraged at Sub-Zero for apparently
No one is
all being
safe
sworn
from the
to
wrath of
protect,
Hanzo
Scorpion
Hasashi.
scored a second chance by striking a deal with the sorcerer Quan Chi. In exchange for his loyalty, Scorpion was resurrected.
I mean,
as
if
a
you were to
phantom
pick a
of
color
the
palette
realm.
ninja to get in next, who would you pick, honestly?
And being reborn as a demon of vengeance has its perks. Scorpion can now teleport, summon fire
Yeah,
at will,
it's
and
just
create
insane to
portals in
see
and out
like
of the
how well
Netherrealm he was
his
spawned from.
his
Literally
powers work
dragging
in
others
every
to
single
hell.
media. Like they've never looked
Whilst
terrible.
there, his +1s can enjoy such tourist locations as Lava Pit and witness the corpse burning
I love how to
celebration
use the
of
stage
the
fatality from
Festival of
MK9 just to
Torture.
show off those
Fun
jokes.
times.
The Netherrealm
God.
is the source of Scorpion's demonic power, and his strength rises simply by his being there.
Right.
Scorpion is so vicious he can perform no fewer than 13 different fatalities.
He's got
He
quite
can
a
rip
few.
a person's head from their body, spine included.
That's
Yowie
not
wowie.
something you just do. That's art right there.
Rip off his mask to show his true face.
Ah, what the fuck is that thing?
And score a kill by transforming into a, well, giant
Scorpion!
of course. Or a penguin.
Okay.
Wait, what?
The penguin's the
And
funniest
although
fatality
Scorpion
Scorpion
is
has ever
far from the
done.
most powerful combatant in the Mortal Kombat tournament, he has defeated lethal warriors across
It
multiple
is
worlds.
so cool to
He's
see all
conquered
this cool stuff
sorcerers,
Scorpion's done.
demons, cyborgs, and eventually avenged his death by incinerating Bihan in the Netherrealm.
Well,
Toasty.
It turns out that Sub-Zero guy was kind of innocent. The man actually responsible for the death of his family was Quan Chi.
To
You know,
no
that guy
one's
he swore himself
surprise.
to and has been working for this whole time? Man, Scorpion's kind of like the Charlie Brown of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, the Charlie Brown joke. Oh, poor Hanzo.
As penance for his mistake, Scorpion dedicated his life
I
after
tried to play
death
Mortal
to
Kombat once when I was
protecting the
younger,
late
but I don't know what I was
Sub-Zero's
doing, so I
younger
quit after 15 minutes of
Sub-Zero.
playing. It's
So
definitely
still
different
found
than like
time
what you
for shooting
used to
threes,
play.
hitting homers, and hosting his own cooking show.
Okay, he's cooking with Scorpion.
Learn about chopping.
Yes, this is real. I don't know anymore.
Does he even eat anymore?
Aside
And
from his
chopping.
weakness for the culinary arts, Scorpion's win-loss record is not as intimidating as you might think. But consider
It got better in MK10 and MK11 for sure,
Any way you
though.
look at it, it's tough to be much more of a badass than a fire-breathing skeleton ninja from hell.
I am Scorpion.
Yeah, so
Vengeance
I don't
will be
know.
mine.
God.
All right, the combatants are set.
I remember Chad
This
and
debate
Ben
once
actually
and
recently
for all.
saw this
But
on their
first,
own
what
time.
went the original script for this episode, signed
they-
by Wiz and
I don't know
myself?
who won this
Use the
script
widget link
and
below to
what
choose the
became
fighter
of it.
you
I
think
am
will
curious
prevail,
if they
and you'll
ever
automatically be entered
found
to
out what
win.
happened to it.
And now it's time for a death battle!
Time for the animation by Zach. Oh boy. God, I just love this so much. Oh,
Can't fool me.
they didn't have voice acting, but my God, were they able to make the voice lines work? Hiya! Ow! And Zach was able to incorporate like X-rays, mid combos. That was before like the fatal blow stuff happened too. So Zach was ahead of his time. Sword! And honestly, the Scorpion sprite looks really good with Ryu's sprite. Like, it looks so good. Joke foot.
Can you stand up after that? I'll finish this.
But now comes the... First of all, the cool hand-drawn stuff. But now we go to hell. Wonder how long it took Zack to actually make this hell environment.
This is some fight.
The Scorpion is a Mugen one. Makes sense, because they used to use Mugen, then Mugen tried to say stuff. And then eventually they abandoned on custom sprites. Since MK1 years versus recent, I'm guessing they tell me that game is okay for a new player. It's got like a tag team system, basically. And it also did some reworks to Scorpion in a way, but I'll get on that later because Ryu's on fire. The freaking Raging Demon is gonna show up because of evil Ryu.
I'll show you what I'm made of.
I don't think there was a lot of actual sprites for evil Ryu, so they just had to recolor stuff.
Don't expect mercy.
God damn though. I think this was the Street Fighter 4 combos? Raging Demon! No. Just seeing all the little details with these sprites again is just puts a smile on my face. And then the classic Scorpion spam. I've done this before, and it's funny.
Concentrate. I will not succumb to evil.
And then, again, powering up in this also didn't have any custom sprites. There's a Street Fighter Super move in there, yeah. Yeah, I think that combo was from SF4? Because that was the game before this episode came out. And then the Shinku Hadouken! I is nothing but bones!
I walk a path with no end.
Surprise, he's still alive! That caught so many of my friends off guard when we first saw it. Goodbye. Oh god. The penguin!
Looks a bit overcooked.
Okay,
Ryu's Satsui no Hado and
so I did
the
want to
power of
ask you guys
nothingness
this.
were incredibly powerful,
If
but
this
raw
fight
power
was
alone
done
is not
today,
enough to destroy
would
Scorpion.
Scorpion still beat Ryu? Because here's my logic with that. If this is Hanzo Hasashi Scorpion, then yes, he still beats Ryu. If it's Kuai Liang, I'm not 100% certain. Because yeah, Ryu's gotten
Not to
better,
mention
but
Ryu
so
has
has
very little
Scorpion.
experience actually using the Raging Demon
And there's
anyway.
also
But most
this
importantly,
point,
Scorpion's strength increases the longer he remains in the Netherrealm.
which is
With
kind of why
fortifying
people
limit,
are afraid
once
of
trapped
Scorpion
in hell with
matchups.
Scorpion, Ryu stood little
Because
chance
it's
in the
hard to
long
find
run.
an opponent that can
survive
something like that.
Which he could totally do. Scorpion was just too hot to handle.
The winner is
Ah, man, I love this episode. It's my favorite episode of Season 2.
Next time on Death
What was
Battle.
after this, though? Oh, wait. I think it's Kirby Boo. Because True Terror was supposed to be pink. Oh, God. Oh, that's going to be an interesting episode to eventually go back to. Freaking Kirby versus Boo. Alright. That does it for Ryu versus Scorpion. First episode down tonight. Well, Kuai Liang is extremely young, so it's a bit unfair, but he's got a chance to spoil the beat Titan Shang Tsung, who took on a Universal Titan Liu Kang. MK Skylin has gotten out of whack. Well, the logic is also Kuai Liang doesn't have all the original Scorpion powers. So he can't take people to hell. He can't do his fire stuff constantly. It'd mostly be like a martial arts fight, if anything. Oh, Kirby versus Boo. Yeah, Fireball was not big onto that one. But luckily, that episode is not a Halloween episode. Because our next Halloween episode happened 4 years ago. I'm just letting the hymns ad play out before I introduce what it is. Because product placement. And they don't pay me, so I'm not going to show you if I can help it. God damn. Yes, it's still going on. It's a 30-second plus ad for hymns. Which, again, they had to make money. So, you do what you gotta. Okay. I need to make a start. You slow beans. Ryu ain't landing ahead on Kuai Liang. Again, I'm not fully certain because of like Kuai Liang's still like briefly new as Scorpion, so I have to wait and see, you know, what they do over time with them. But the next Halloween episode, Ganondorf versus Dracula. We got The Legend of Zelda versus Castlevania in a Source filmmaker fight. The first SFM fight, if I can recall. Oh boy. This is going to be fun. We're back in season 6. 4 seasons later, this was dubbed the official Halloween episode. That one is more featuring already. Interesting. But, Ganon versus Dracula. Let's get on to it with the power with Dark Lords. I don't know why I stumbled my wording. Boom. Ding. Ding. Ding.
Fame may be fleeting and wealth ephemeral, but true evil never dies.
Just like Lexus never died.
With a goddamn second health bar.
Ganondorf, the calamitous demon king
Ganon's
of Princess
second
Zelda's
appearance on
highway.
the show.
And Dracula, the
And our
everlasting
first introduction
vampire
to
lord of
Castlevania.
Castlevania. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons,
Man,
armor,
Wiz
and
looks so
skills
different
to find out who would win
in this
a
season.
death battle.
The debut of Devil Artemis. Well, it was like the
Millennia
Triple G
ago,
team,
in an
technically.
age long past, the Demon King
So,
demise
let's talk about
threatened to
Ganondorf,
pull the world
as I call
into
him.
blood and war.
So,
Until he got his ass slapped by
Ganondorf
this
had an
poor
episode
boy in
before this one
Undaunted by
in
being,
Bowser
you know,
vs. Ganon,
murdered,
which was the
Demise
episode after
cursed
Dante
the
vs.
blood of the
Bayonetta.
goddess and the spirit of the hero to be forever haunted
That was,
by his
it was
wrath-made
something.
flesh. That curse became Ganondorf.
It was after Ganon's
Dragmite.
first appearance
Good
on the
old Dorf was
show
born
that
to the Gerudo tribe of the
rules
desert.
changed
Thing is, the Gerudo
regarding
were
like
all
research
ladies,
and everything.
Ganondorf was the
Like
first male born in 100 years.
something
which
like no limits
automatically made
fallacy
him
or
their
specific
king.
weaknesses were changed
Because
like a little bit.
reasons, I guess.
Because of
wait,
Ganon
so he
versus
gets to
Bowser?
be in charge and has the best odds on Tinder? That's my dream come true.
God
Who could
damn.
want more?
Freaking
Ganondorf
Tinder
could.
profile. Yeah.
Jealous of the neighboring
But
kingdom of
I
Hyrule.
think Ganon's a really interesting
clean
villain.
water, and
Definitely a
not
good
being
powerhouse for someone
godforsaken
like
desert,
Link. Fitting
he
how he has to
dreamed
fight
of a
against
better
power.
world for his people.
Or, you know, just for himself. Being the reincarnation of ultimate evil means you're probably kind of a selfish douche.
Sometimes. And
Surprisingly,
recently
his
this guy
vile
got voiced
ambitions
by Matt
would be
Mercer, so
rewarded.
even more
Turns
reason to
out
respect
he was also
Ganondorf.
preternaturally adept at magic, as befits an education from his caretakers, the witches Koume and Kotake.
From them, Dorf learned to
Yeah,
pinch
if you
balls
guys
of
don't understand
electricity,
anything,
summon
don't worry.
lightning, move
Welcome to
objects
Legend
with
of Zelda.
telekinesis,
It's
levitate,
complicated
fort
for
barriers,
the
and
uninitiated.
control minds.
When he wishes to fight from a distance, he can create phantom horsemen or puppets of himself to battle as his proxies.
Or if he wants to get personal, he can use his dark magic to enhance his physical strength.
Or the
making him
Doria
a
sword,
badass
of course.
At all ranges.
Like the
He's a
Warlock
master
punch.
with a blade, sometimes two, and sometimes on horseback.
And sometimes a trident.
2 swords on 2 horsebacks?
Let's not get crazy.
All the
He was just
swords
a man,
for all the
after
Ganon.
though not for long. With his magical training complete, Ganondorf put his greatest skill to the test, his raw cunning. by
Yeah,
manipulating
Ganondorf,
the rulers of
from what I
Hyrule and its neighboring
remembered
domains,
of him,
as well as a
is
curiously familiar
smart
boy in green.
and strong.
Hey, what do you know?
He's
Weird
got a silver
coincidence.
tongue, essentially.
Ganondorf gained entry to an alternate dimension called the Sacred Realm. Within it lay
If you're
the
wondering what that is,
Triforce,
I
a
don't
magical
know. I
artifact
can't help
left
you.
by the gods said to grant the wish of whomever touches it.
The perfect solution to all your world-conquering needs. Except once Ganondorf got his hands on those golden Doritos, 2 of them
Golden
jumped ship.
Doritos.
See, only someone with a perfect balance of courage, wisdom, and power can wield the complete
Yeah, they went
Triforce.
into a
If
deep
someone
dive
with an
into
imbalance
exactly
between
what the
those three
Triforce
virtues
does, because
touches
they
it,
didn't
it
do that for
splits.
Link.
In this case,
and I don't
the
think
pieces of
Ganon's
wisdom
analysis
and
was
courage went to Ganondorf's
heavily
enemies,
focused on the
Princess Zelda
Triforce
and the
last
hero
time?
Link.
That's embarrassing. But he did get to keep the Triforce of Power, because who needs the courage and wisdom shit when you can just blow stuff up? So,
Yeah.
Even on
That's
its
fair.
own, the Triforce of Power radically improved Ganondorf's strength and magical prowess, while also elevating him from a mere warlock to the Demon King he was always meant to be.
Yeah.
Pokemon trading card
Freaking ad, really? Was not expecting that.
game. Scarlet and Violet Paradox Rift. Play early at pre-release.
Get him with an ad mid-analysis.
literally, he can turn into a big blue pig monster.
The dark beast known simply
The
as
pig monster that was
Ganon is a
only
nearly
shown
unstoppable
once in
terror,
sprite form,
gaining
which
even
was
greater strength
kinda
without
funny and
sacrificing
kinda
any of his intellect.
Weird looking.
As a bacon wizard, he can obliterate
Yo,
foes
Iron
with
Valiant
fireballs,
and the
turn
Triforce
invisible,
of
teleport,
Power.
summon darkness, and even distort the space around him.
Despite all that power and even successfully ruling Hyrule for 7 years, Ganondorf was
Only-
soundly defeated and sealed within the
Yeah, I
Sacred
think
Realm.
the thing with
There
Ganon is
he
he's always
remained,
reincarnating
trapped
just like
outside
Link
the
and Zelda,
spaces of
right?
reality, a prisoner to the void between space and time,
I could
never
be
to
wrong on that.
return ever,
like,
ever
those-
again.
Sorry. I couldn't keep a straight face.
Yeah, no, he got out like the next day.
Because
So
of course he
nothing
does.
holds Ganon back for long, and he's insanely
The
tough
Demon
to kill.
King, he was
In
always
fact,
meant
think
to be
his
Pokemon the
part.
card game.
He's almost indestructible. While most
Can that be his
weapons
new
can
subtitle,
technically
please?
harm him, it
Ganon,
usually takes a
the-
holy
the
weapon
po-
like the
the
Master Sword or
Pokemon
light arrows
trading
to put
card
him
game.
down.
He once survived being crushed within his own castle, which, based on its size and composition here, and accounting for the hollowed-out interior, should
So
weigh
this was
over
the first-
11,000 tons.
That's insane.
Even better, he later withstood a different castle exploding around him. Wow, some of this guy in
Ganon,
castle.
what is
By
Ganon's
measuring the
thing with...
size of the in-game castle model and assuming violent fragmentation,
Okay, that's cool to
we
see,
can determine it was
in
a
a way.
blast worth almost 2 kilotons of TNT.
Damn.
A yield comparable to early atomic bombs. And even though holy weapons can bypass his defenses, he
Yeah.
still survived being stabbed in the face with the Master Sword. You know,
Which is
the
insane.
literal blade of evil's bane.
Or like when he was impaled through the chest by one of the sages after he was supposedly sealed away. He just yanked that
Ganon's
shit
always
right
like,
out
I'm
and
coming
murdered the
back as
bastards
better
that
than
did it
ever.
to him. Heads up, Wiz, you ever stab me again and that's what's happening to you.
Right. Well, Ganondorf isn't just tough. He's powerful enough to punch shockwaves, tear up an island, and block
Yeah,
out the
just seeing
sky
all the
with
stuff
his
Ganon
magical
could do,
malice.
like, while
Plus,
it didn't
he
get me
can keep
invested
up
in The
with
Legend of
Link.
Zelda,
He's
it did
even
make me
killed him
think
in one
Ganon was
timeline.
really cool
And this very
villain-wise.
boy can dodge Beamos lasers.
Which are literal lasers. They move in a
Phew.
straight line, burn instead of exploding, and according to the game's guidebook, are called lasers. So they should move at light
They have to
speed.
prove so much
Based on
that
the
this was
distance Link
lasers.
moved relative to this beam, we
And
can
I think this
estimate
only
his
came
own
back
reaction speed
for
to be
Link
about
vs. Cloud's
11% the
rematch.
speed of light.
Too bad old Dorf Lundgren doesn't get to hold on to Hyrule for too long.
He
Still,
never
you can
does.
stab
The
and
villains
seal
never
him away
prosper
all you
in
want.
Legend of Zelda.
This big pork bastard will always be back to bring about your crispy demise.
I am curious what Tears of the Kingdom did for Ganon, like buff-wise, though. But
In the world
The
of
King of
Castlevania,
Vampires,
the universe is governed by
Dracula
two
from
opposing
Castlevania.
forces, order and chaos.
Hey, it's like you
so
and me,
I've
Wiz.
never heard of
No, I
Castlevania,
mean,
really.
literally. As legend goes,
'Cause
for God to be
it was never
good,
my thing.
there must be an equal force of evil to create balance.
And I think Dracula's like a
An
very
evil
common
found in
vampire
an
name
alternate
because
dimension
of the
called
original
chaotic
like
realm.
vampire story from
This
years ago.
is chaos.
But to keep his
Ironic
spot in
that
the
that name's
balance
sticking
on
around,
Earth,
yet
Chaos
the
needed to
original
choose
name for
Dark
a
Lord
massive
to
zombie,
represent him,
Frankenstein,
a
doesn't really get
Dark
used as
Messiah,
much.
if you will. As luck would have it, a perfect candidate would end up choosing him.
In the 11th century,
The laugh
Matthias
is too much.
Kronquist was the strategic
Understandable.
mastermind behind a company of knights, alongside fellow commander and best
So,
friend Leon Belmont.
I know Castlevania
As
had
with
like a
most
bunch of stuff for it.
bromances,
It had
it got
games,
screwed up
anime
by a
adaptation on
homance.
Netflix.
Boomstick, have some tact. His wife died from a horrible illness.
It's
Was it third wheeling? I'm sorry, Wiz, but you
Goddamn.
can already tell this guy is evil because his name is Math. I mean, I know we use math all the time to do the show, but sometimes one must embrace the darkness to see the light.
Right.
God
Anyway,
damn it, Boomstick.
Matthias's grief was so intense, he swore vengeance on God himself.
Because
to
of course
achieve
you do.
his vengeance, Matthias sought the powers of God's polar opposite, chaos.
So he set up an easy 6-step plan.
Oh,
Step
God,
1,
Boomstick
pick
with
up
glasses.
A red rock called the Crimson Stone. It'll be important later. Step
Okay.
2, force death itself to become your personal secretary. Step 3,
Damn.
kill Luigi. Step 4,
Kill
convince a vampire
Luigi!
named Walter to kill Leon's fiance, cause misery loves company.
that
Step
meme was
5,
funny.
let Leon murder poor Walt and have death shove his soul into that red rock. Step 6,
Mm-hmm.
congratulations, you are now a vampire. Goth kids, I hope you were paying attention.
yeah,
From
this
that day forth,
these
Matthias rejected
Hello,
his
Dio.
humanity.
We'll
He
get to
became
you later.
a vampire and much more. He was the Dark Lord, Dracula.
There have been a lot
Fitting,
of different
'cause-
versions of Dracula over
Right.
the years, but this one isn't your run-of-the-mill.
Yeah, this one's also not Vlad the Impaler, who Dracula
This
was inspired
Dracula
by.
is the avatar of chaos on Earth, the opposite to God. So, like,
Yeah, so
the
they
devil.
made this version very
basically the
different.
devil.
Because like
He
hearing
didn't have
different
much time
versions
to
of
enjoy
Dracula
his
is
new
always
powers,
like
though, as
interesting.
his former friend
to
Leon
hear
swore revenge,
what they do.
a vow which would carry on throughout generations.
But good luck taking down this all-new and improved
I never
vampire
heard-
lord.
I've heard of
He's
Castlevania,
got
but
your
was never
standard
interested in
vampire
playing
loadout
it.
like blood-sucking,
I would
flight,
say
razor-sharp
if that's
claws,
the case, then we check out its
telekinesis,
show.
and even tripping balls teleportation.
He can also exert his
'Cause it
influence
has a really
over
good
all
show.
living things, whether it be mind control, body possession, or absorbing the souls and abilities of fallen enemies through his power of dominance.
Damn, bro.
Oh, like Kirby.
A demonic monster.
Demonic Kirby.
Kirby. Also, Dracula can shapeshift to his black heart's desire, like into a swarm of bats.
Fitting
a cloud
how
of mist,
it ended
and a
with
wolf.
Kirby on the last
Oh, I get it.
episode.
The opposite
and now it
to
was this.
God, 'cause he's a dog, just like the way Alucard is Dracula backwards. God, I should do science.
He's also a master sorcerer, able to summon fireballs, meteors, and acid blood rain from the sky.
Yeah,
Dark
Dracula
Inferno
being
is a
Alucard
huge
backwards
ball of
inspired
magic
another
that will
character
fry
who's
anything in its
ironically
path,
going to
and he
be
can
shown off
revitalize
later
himself with
on
another's
this
life energy
playlist
via
of Halloween
soul
episodes.
Then there's his most powerful attack, a localized nuke of holy magic, the demonic Megiddo.
With all these powers,
What a
it's
stupid
no
name.
wonder Europe trembled at his presence for centuries.
I don't know
Though
why
perhaps their
I hate
fears
that
were
name so much,
unfounded.
but I
Yeah,
do.
despite being living chaos or whatever, Dracula was sometimes
My only
a
interest in
pretty chill
Castlevania
guy.
is the
He
Netflix
even
show.
got
I need to
himself
catch
married
up.
and
The
had a
main
kid.
characters are so fun. Yeah,
Then
Castlevania
again,
had a
kids
really
are
good Netflix
also
show,
the
from what I
embodiment
heard.
of chaos.
Sadly, the people of a
Yeah,
nearby
Netflix has
church
done
grew
like
suspect
pretty
of his
solid
wife,
with video game
accusing
shows.
her
Like
of
Castlevania
witchcraft.
and The Witcher were like a couple
they
big ones.
burned her at the stake, and Dracula swore vengeance upon the god they followed as...
Wait. Did he just get a total repeat of his backstory?
Yep.
Man, this guy can't catch a break.
He was even forced to
Yeah,
battle
this guy
multiple
is
descendants
miserable.
of Belmont, many of whom would actually defeat him.
Well, sort of. Turns out Dracula is a much tougher vampire to kill than lame old Walter.
Even
Yeah.
after losing his entire body, Dracula's soul remained tethered to chaos. Thus, he would be resurrected every 100 years.
When he wants
It's like
to
the
go all
Pennywise
out,
curse.
he can draw from the power of the chaotic realm and transform into one of many awesome monsters. Like a giant demon demon bird, a giant demon head, and a giant demon head in a painting that vomits
Basically, he
out
can turn into
bats.
giant demons. We get it.
Dracula can punch hard enough to rend stone, move quick enough to catch arrows out of thin air, and even warp the fabric of reality itself.
Because
He's tough
vampire
enough to
magic is
survive a
bullshit.
lightning strike, get blasted by an enormous meteor, and even get crushed under the weight of his fortress, aka the Castlevania.
By measuring the size of Castlevania on the game's official art,
Yeah,
we know
imagine
it should
how
weigh
much-
around
how complicated
2
this was
million
doing
tons.
initially.
Even then,
And video game
Dracula
movies have
has
been on the rise as
regenerated
well.
his
Yeah,
body
true.
From decapitation, a mess of
I would
blood,
say ever
and
since
even
Detective Pikachu
full-on
came out, they've been on the rise
disintegration.
because that was really
So
good.
how the hell does he keep getting killed by everyone from Discount Conan to the Ghost of Weeb's past?
Naturally, with the
Because
help
Belmonts,
of
I'm
holy
pretty sure, are
weapons,
extremely
which
good
Dracula
vampire
is
hunters.
certainly not a fan of.
Also, even when he's turned his body into some misty vape clouds, he keeps his head vulnerable. Because
For some reason.
video games.
Or more precisely, his hubris. Dracula's blatant arrogance would lead to his ultimate downfall, allowing his enemies to sever his connection to the chaotic realm and thus end his cycle of resurrections.
Yep.
So instead, he was reincarnated.
Into a white-haired anime boy with the power of friendship. Soma Cruz, who turned out to be just as powerful as Dracula Classic.
I
Like when he
wonder,
dodged
like,
beams of light, or when he
whatever
defeated
happened to that
chaos
character, because
itself.
that's the one I've never really
Dracula's
heard of.
influence
Like
and
people who
power
talk about
would
Castlevania
never
matchups.
truly end. Even 10,000 years into the future, his bloodline continues to strike terror into the hearts of men.
Yep.
As long as good and evil exist,
Hold up, that's his kid? What the hell happened to him?
no ordinary
Don't ask,
man
Broomstick.
can stand
Don't
up
ask,
to
don't
the
tell.
incredible force that is the Dark Lord Dracula.
Behold my true form and despair!
Ads are always fun, said no one ever.
All right,
Alrighty,
the comments
it's
are set, and
time
we've run the data
for the
through
fight.
all possibilities.
But first, all this talk of pigs and
Never
bacon has made me
mind.
hungry for Blue Apron.
By now, you've probably heard of Blue Apron.
No, don't tell me more. Oh, whoops, I made a boogie disappear. Oh, scary ghost. Oh, God. I have way too much fun with that. I really do. Alrighty. I don't remember the fight too much of this one. Damn, even after skipping the ads, you're not safe anymore. No, I'm not safe from product placement by Death Battle. Not even if it's something like Blue Apron. Which they stopped sponsoring and went to HelloFresh instead. As one does, of course. Go to a link that doesn't work. Or probably doesn't exist anymore. Because why would it? Alright, there we go. Welcome everybody to Source Filmmaker. Not before going to Viagra, Blue Chew. I mean, true. It's insane to see like how solid the models look, though.
Your castle is lost, vampire. No man can challenge my power.
But what is a man? A miserable
Yeah, the voice acting in this is really good. I think Dracula's voice actor later went on to voice Obi-Wan. I think that's Stephen Kelly.
I'm no mere man.
Fight! Bitch slap! I don't know what happened to Ganon's VA, but I thought Ganon was voiced beautifully. And he was like the pickup for a lot of people for Shao Kahn. God damn! I mean, they are both models from the game, so of course it would fit. Yeah, but for Source Filmmaker, it looked insane. I say that because of other episodes. They mean nothing, so I'm gonna try to kill all your tricks. Damn, bro! Man, the visuals were insane for the first ever SFM fight. Hot damn! Hit you with a smash grab into the Warlock punch. Hi. We can just snap away the freaking light beams. And there's the sword. Goodbye. Man, the blood effects were also pretty solid. Hot damn. Ganon got bitch smacked again. Ooh, boy. And now we get the pig. This was cool as well. Like, again, I know that this was just direct from the games, but they really worked so well. Like, the models clashed really well. They looked like they both fit in this environment. Like, damn. And this was the closest we have ever gotten to a second kaiju fight, too, I think. Demonic entity.
I am no simple vampire. I am a god.
Damn, that line delivery, though. Just the shock on Ganon's face after losing the Triforce, though. God damn.
You're right.
Hmm.
You're not a man. You're a pig.
Damn.
Let me hear you squeal.
Yeah, this was a good impression. Especially this. Like, goddamn, what a death. Brutal. As fuck.
You know, I
So,
hope someday I can learn to drink
again,
beers as violently
As we
Dracula
usually do with
drinks people.
rewatches,
There was a lot.
I
going
don't think
on
this
here.
outcome
Both
changes,
Ganondorf
even with
and
Tears of the
Dracula show
Kingdom.
similar reaction speeds, with only a small % difference when compared to the
Mostly
speed of
because
light.
I think
They
it's
were
just-
both brilliant schemers.
it's
who
hard
have
to kill
perfectly
Dracula.
manipulated
It
many
really
intelligent
is.
foes, and their standard magical arsenals seem pretty comparable overall.
But Dracula did have a leg up with a
I
few
forgot how
extra magic
insanely
powers
close this
that
was,
Ganondorf just didn't
theoretically.
have. Like how he could rip out his soul in a
Yeah.
bunch of different ways. That's something Ganondorf never really had to guard against before. Also,
That's
remember
nice.
how Ganondorf survived an explosion worth about 2 kilotons of TNT?
An admirable feat, to be sure, but let's look at that meteor strike Dracula survived.
Yeah, it's
Based
just that
on
I don't
its
think Ganon
size,
has a
composition,
still.
and speed of ablation, it
Ganon
must have struck
doesn't
with an
have a
energy
way to
equivalent
kill Dracula,
2
honestly.
megatons of TNT, 1,000 times greater than Ganondorf's proven durability.
But hey, I know what you're thinking. What about that sage sword Ganondorf had? Shouldn't he have had an easy time killing Drac since it's a holy weapon?
In some circumstances, sure. Running this fight over and over 100
Oh
times.
yeah, I forgot that.
Ganondorf
Like
would
he
certainly
actually
score
had
a few
that.
victories.
Mostly because like of the whole.
But when considering
Yeah,
Dracula's
and
absurd
durability.
regenerative abilities, it would take more than just a few hits from a holy weapon to finish him off. Not to mention, Dracula also wielded a holy weapon that took advantage of Ganondorf's weakness in the form of demonic Megiddo. Yeah, I know it's called demonic, so it seems weird, but it is explicitly described to be holy magic.
And
Talk about
dropping
a double
holy nuke
entendre.
on Ganondorf was a way more powerful victory move than trying to hit Dracula with a sword. And that's really what this came down to. Power.
Despite literally wielding the Triforce of Power, Ganondorf's potential paled in comparison to the energy
Yeah,
Dracula drew from
I don't think if you
chaos.
gave, even
Let's
if you
put
gave
this in
Ganon the
perspective.
benefit of the doubt
The Triforce
with
of
all the
power comes from
Triforce,
the
I don't
goddess
think
Din,
that's
who
still
made the
enough.
Earth. While we don't know the exact amount of power Din put in this piece, let's just highball it and directly compare it to her.
So the energy attributed to the Triforce of Power could be compared to the size and energy of a planet.
Yeah.
However, the chaotic realm is an entire universe.
I forgot how in depth I
completely
had to
upheld
go
by
with
the
this
power of the
post-analysis,
chaos
because I
entity.
think it was like
That is
a lot of
leagues
people
greater than
predicted
the power
Ganon was gonna
Ganondorf
win,
possessed.
and then a lot of people
So
were
it
shocked when Dracula
definitely had a lot
won.
more juice to give.
Try thinking of the chaotic realm and the Triforce of Power as batteries, which fuel Dracula and Ganon's abilities. Compared to each other, Dracula would be drawing energy from something like a car battery, while Ganondorf's would be more akin to a small AA.
Wiz, I'll give you $5 if you lick that battery.
Ganondorf certainly held his own, but Dracula's more
Goddamn.
varied magic, greater regeneration, and enormous
So yeah,
reserves of
Ganon
power
won, and I
sealed
still
this
think
desert warlock's
not Ganon,
fate.
Dracula
Of
won, and I
all
still
the
think
ways to
Dracula
go,
won.
That must have sucked. The big pig's chances were slim to none.
The
Damn.
winner is Dracula.
Alrighty, Dracula's episode is done.
Did you know we've got a card and dice dueling game?
Choose your weapons.
Oh, I
armor, and
forgot
skills
about the
before
card
diving
game.
into the fight of your life.
Just
that even
don't eat
still
the
in
dice.
stock?
They look like candy. They're not.
Click the link
I don't
below to
know
get
if it
the
is
Death
anymore.
Battle game right now.
After this episode was... Oh, Mom versus Tatsumaki. Okay. That was after this one. we're not here to dwell on this episode. Because we're not there yet. I don't know if we'll ever get there. The only goodies I actually possess. I never got the Death Battle game. I want to try it at some point, though. But up next... Oh, boy.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by AT.
So... Okay. I'm going to let this play. You guys saw it on the playlist. Yeah, Ma vs. Tatsumaki, I wasn't that big on because I didn't know either of them. But I think that episode was still good. So, this episode that's about to play is Venom versus Krona. I want to go on a brief little tirade here before we touch this episode. I understand why this is a Halloween episode. It's an okay example of one. But Carnage vs. Lucy is not a Halloween episode by the rules that have been stated on what classifies Halloween episode. And the reason that was, it's because it was posted in August. The middle of August is when Carnage vs. Lucy came out. I guess we get the sequel to Carnage vs. Lucy. At least that's what I call this episode. But it is time for Venom versus Krona. An episode that has received controversy ever since it came out. More on that later. Let's get into it. Oh boy. So we're getting
Nice to have a best friend.
So we're getting back-to-back episodes in this session
But these two take their
where we've had a returning combatant from a previous episode. Because Venom was in Season 3 with Venom vs. Bane, which wasn't that bad,
the deadly demon
against
sword
Krona,
from Soul Eater.
which was Soul Eater.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find
I
out
am
who
doing
will
this
win
by the
a
rules,
death
Fireball.
battle.
I can't just straight up
At the
cheat the
beginning of
system.
time, in the faraway reaches of space, the Clintar
So let's
rose
talk
from the
about
living
Eddie
darkness.
Brock.
One
So
of these
I
amorphous
definitely
symbiotes
think
was Venom.
they
Who
went
was a
deeper
freaking
into
loser?
the symbiote for this debate compared to Venom's last appearance. I think that's the biggest difference you can take away
In
from the
its
two.
exile, the symbiote underwent a number of misadventures which firmly shaped its
And I forgot of the
personality.
Venom
It
movie.
bonded
Oh yeah,
to
the
a
Venom movie
heroic
came out
soldier
before
rescuing
this
refugees,
episode, so everyone
a
was like,
violent
can we
monster
have...
who
And I
committed
think that's why they
genocide,
wanted to go with
and
Venom, maybe?
Apparently Deadpool.
Damn, no wonder Venom's so messed up in the head.
Yeah, the
Eventually,
symbiote got
was discovered
around.
by Peter Parker, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
It gave him a pretty slick black suit. and
There are
awesome
rules for this
powers.
series.
But after finding out it was a confused, raging, psychopathic alien, Pete decided to exercise it with the power of Christian Rock.
A wise
Christian
decision,
Rock.
although ill-timed, as this event would cause the symbiote to finally meet its greatest partner, Edward Brock.
Eddie
Hang
was
on.
a journalist with the unluckiest backstory ever, while trying to uncover the identity of a serial
the thing
killer,
about
he
this
blamed the
episode,
wrong guy. The
it was
same
definitely
day
cool
he
to see them,
published his
like, redo
article
Venom's
Spidey
analysis
caught
and
the real
everything.
killer, who lived right next door to the dude
Which
Eddie
was
blamed.
interesting
Long
because
story
Eddie's
short,
story
Eddie was fired from his
is
job, divorced
kinda
by his
sad.
wife, and disowned by his father.
Who already blamed Eddie for his wife dying
I
in
say kind of
childbirth.
because,
On
well,
top
he
of
later
all of
became
that, Eddie
a
learned he
diesel
developed
garbage.
adrenal cancer, with only a few months left to live.
Man, and I thought 2020 was rough. I almost don't blame him for becoming a supervillain.
With all
Keyword
hope
there is
lost,
almost
he
broomstick.
begged God
Keyword
to
there is
take it all
almost.
away and got an answer: the symbiote.
Just like Captain Planet,
Yeah.
with their powers combined, these two losers.
Yeah, the first time I saw
became
Venom was the
a
Spider-Man 3
super
movie,
loser.
which
Well,
was
no, they actually became a horrifying
not
monster
the
with all of Spider-Man's
best introduction to
powers
Venom.
and then some.
Their mutual hatred of Spider-Man caused the symbiote to bond to Eddie like no host ever before. They were perfect, a terror in the night, an
But
unstoppable
then they got
demon.
really good with the
They
Venom movie as far as
were
like Venom's
Venom.
effects
It
go.
even cured Eddie's cancer.
Sort of. It's complicated.
Yay
Apart
for
from Spider-Man's
complications!
webbing and web-crawling powers, Venom can use shape-shifting to mold his body into cool doodads. Swords, shields, tendrils, worm monster things, even wings. Yeah, imagine seeing this guy flying
The
outside
Venom
the
wings
window
are
at
just
night.
sound so
Well,
funny to
good
me.
luck sleeping
Like,
ever
think about
again.
it.
Venom can camouflage his entire body.
He doesn't need 'em,
heal
but why
severe
not?
Wounds like impalement and lost limbs. See all around him at once and
Mm-hmm.
psychically project emotions onto others.
Normally, this just makes people feel sorry for themselves, like Wiz on Tinder. But one time, he convinced a bunch of other symbiotes that life was meaningless and they killed themselves.
Venom is messed up. Again, I don't
Desperate,
feel bad
the
for
symbiote
Eddie
can
after
even
some of the stuff
invade
he's
the
done.
bodies of others and make them burst from inside out.
Pop goes the
Gross
weasel.
And awesome. But if he doesn't want to pop them like a fun balloon, he can just take over their body like a creepy puppet master.
While
It
attached to
is
a victim,
definitely
Venom
creepy
can
though.
control them by
Like the
fusing
size of the symbiote
to
was
their nervous
insane.
system,
You first saw
specifically
Venom in the
brainstem
Spider-Man
and
animated
frontal
series,
lobes. Fighting off
and was
this
one of your
mind
favorites
control
alongside
is
Green Goblin.
extremely
Green Goblin's
difficult
always a cool
unless you
villain.
have
Like
powers
the
that can
Spider-Man movie
directly
with Green
counter
Goblin
it,
did
such as
phenomenal
another
job
symbiote.
with him.
Oh god, aliens, tentacles, and mind control? Are we sure this episode is rated E for everyone, or do we need to start blurring stuff?
Don't
God
worry,
damn it,
aside from
Boomstick.
being a horrible mass murderer, Venom's stories are completely wholesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Venom proved a dangerous thorn in Spider-Man's side and frequently ruined his life. Even taking a page
Yeah,
out of my favorite
Venom-
book, the most dangerous
It helps
game,
with
and
them
hunting him on a
knowing
private
how
island.
Spider-Man's powers
Yeah,
work
he was
too.
the coolest
Because of the whole
rival
symbiote
ever,
thing.
But over the years, things kind of calmed down a bit. They even teamed up every so often.
See, even with so much anger, Eddie had a legitimate desire to protect others. As a
Yeah,
teenager stealing
Eddie was
his
still
dad's car,
human at
he
the end of the day. The
accidentally ran
symbiote
over
is an
and
alien,
killed
I
the
guess.
child. Despite his desire to confess, his father forced him to plead innocent and rigged the jury. The guilt has weighed him down ever since. So while Venom does have a hunger,
It's
for
a
human
roller
brains,
coaster with
he'd
this
rather
character.
face off a criminal than an innocent person.
Venom's
nom,
as
nom.
tough as they come. He survived Ghost Rider's penance stare. He's strong enough to toss
Which
a
is
kid
insane
hundreds
if you
of
remember
feet up,
Ghost Rider
and
versus
fast
Lobo.
enough to take down Spidey 2099, who once
Poor
got
Miguel.
Mjolnir while it was moving 2,000 times the speed of sound.
Although Venom does not possess the spider sense that allows Parker to react in microseconds, he can still keep up with all the usual Spidey gallery. Plus, while symbiotes have a severe weakness to high-pitched sound and heat, he's developed resistances to them.
Like when he took this giant explosion, or when he survived a sonic scream from some mutant
Yeah, I think
gremlins that
Carnage,
shattered all
like he
glass
got rid of the
within 10
sound
miles.
weakness
While
compared
he
to
may
Venom.
be tougher to take down than most other symbiotes, Venom never fully overcame his weaknesses. However, his symbiotic genes provide far more help than harm. This includes
I
traits
will
and
say
memories
that
from
like
other hosts,
it's still
like
a clean
Scorpion or
design with
Flash
Venom.
Thompson.
Like it's hard to mess up that design.
Bullets are a genetic trait? How do I pass that down?
Venom would certainly need a lot of firepower to survive an encounter with the symbiote god.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
At first, the Clintar symbiotes
Oh,
were seen
God.
as a peaceful people. But turns out they were actually living weapons forged by the primordial deity Null in an attempt to conquer the universe.
And I
Yay!
bet next up, Marvel
'Cause
decides
we
their
needed
magic
more
will serve
complications.
People from Asgardian IHOP. But okay, cosmic
Asgardian
science made by
IHOP.
alien Satan. Let's go with that.
Despite it all, Eddie and the symbiote have proven they're far more than the dark legacy the Clintar were intended for. They've
Right.
even gained the respect of the Avengers and
Yeah,
eventually
again,
considered
roller coaster with
Spider-Man
Venom.
a friend.
That's always what it's been
Sort
with
of.
him.
It's complicated.
Eddie really is the best pal Venom could
And again,
have
the
found.
movie is
And let's be
fantastic.
real, he just looks
If you guys have ever
freaking
seen the
badass.
movie.
See us everywhere, even in your nightmares.
Time for
In ancient
Corona!
times, a demonic being known as the Kishin ravaged humanity.
So
nearly
Soul
driving
Eater
all mankind
is an
into the
anime
depths
I
of
never watched.
madness. This monster could only
I've
be
heard
defeated and
stories
sealed
of it,
away
and
by
I've
the
heard of
god
some of the
death.
characters.
So, why is the literal
Mostly
god of death
Krona
so
and
beefy
Maka, I
looking?
wanna
You ever
say?
seen Death Note? Hell, even Thanos' girlfriend is scarier than this clown.
If you are unfamiliar with the world of Soul Eater, prepare yourself. It's
Prepare.
different.
Welcome to Soul Eater,
Not
the
one in
first and
return
only
of the
episode this show has
apocalypse,
this series has
Death
ever
is
gotten.
Ultimate's
Why?
fabulous school, Death
Because it's
Academy.
fucking
Here,
weird.
warriors called Meisters would train to fight evil using the power of their souls.
They even got
I think it's a cool
demon
concept,
weapons
though,
that
like-
doubled as people. Together, they learned courage, chivalry, unbreakable friendship,
And a
all
lot of
that
other
enemy
things.
crap.
Because I don't remember a
Gorgon
lot about
was
Soul
not
Eater.
one of these students.
Buckle up, it's all Gloomsville from here. Deal with it.
Yay! Depression!
Situation.
Throughout their childhood, Krona was abused by their mother, Medusa, a witch obsessed with the legendary Kishi.
You can see where this
What?
is going. Anime Uma Thurman was such a fangirl she'd figure.
Why?
Hey,
I don't know why
why
they
not
named
make
her
my
after
own
the
Kishin?
mythology
So
character.
she
Probably because
used
Snake.
her child as a guinea
Oh,
pig in a
Stream
bunch
dead?
of
Hang on.
crazy experiments.